90 days, same as cash, right? That's what they all say. 90 days, same as cash. What's it mean? It means if you pay off your debt in 90 days, they won't charge any interest. It's a great deal. But in 90 days, you might change your mind. And here's the truth and the reality of that. Studies have been shown that people who need to make sincere, serious changes to their neurology, to their health, to their function, if they get adjusted every day for 90 days, and that's not having everything adjusted, that's really just the atlas getting realigned. Now, every day for 90 days, it actually changes their health. It changes how their body responds to the environment. And it changes, everything, because your health really is everything. When you're healthy, if you are in good health, you can overcome many, many things. So when we see animals and we adjust them on a routine basis, first of all, they tend to hold their adjustments better because they don't have the huge stresses of worry. They don't predict the future as we do. They don't consider, I left the light on in the back closet and I should go shut it off. They don't think about those things the way we do, I don't think. Even though they remember a lot of stuff. And they are really good at remembering stuff. And they can memorize patterns like you wouldn't believe, because we all have patterns that they see. But animals still benefit from routine, regular adjustments to help that body realign, to help it continue to set up better patterns on the inside. So my story. Many of you may not know this. Some of you do. But when I was younger, when I was, I think, 16, I was riding a horse, and I don't know exactly what happened because I don't remember. But the horse apparently flipped over, and I hit my head on the ground, and I was out cold, and I was on a driveway of a neighbor's. Nobody would have known I was there had the horse not walked to the road. And so otherwise they wouldn't have found me until they got home from work at 5, and this was probably, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning. So the horse walked out to the road. One of the other neighbors saw the horse out by itself with saddle on, brought it back to its house, and found me in the driveway. This was before cell phones, so in order for them to call 911, they had to go back to their house, call 911, and the ambulance then came. So things didn't happen in, instant time. Real time, it probably took an hour for the ambulance to get there from the time they found me, or 45 minutes. But they got there. They took me to the hospital. I don't know what they did at that point. The story that I hear is pretty vague. But from what I hear is they put me on a helicopter and life flighted me to the university hospital. And there they did probably an MRI or a CAT scan, something, to see what was going on in my head. And because I had a wound. It's on this side of my head. I had a wound. I think they put stitches in the wound. But what was odd was, I was in the hospital for 6 days. I don't remember the hospital stay. I remember vaguely a couple things, like they had gotten me out of bed and asked me to walk down the hall, and I couldn't really do it. I fell over. Well, I think they kept me from falling, but I was falling over. And I remember vaguely once being woken up in the middle of the night by one of the nurses who asked if I liked pizza, and I said, not right now, I'm too tired. And I think the other memory I have from the hospital was that I got to have lunch, and they brought me lunch, and it was really good, whatever it was, but I could only eat a couple bites before I had to go back to sleep. And when I woke up, it was gone. They took it away. I was so sad. And so, the point of that story is, my family was not a chiropractic family. So after that incident, after that injury, I had trouble remembering things. I had trouble remembering, things, words. I couldn't come up with words to describe stuff. And I couldn't remember things I had learned in school. So because of that, a big part of that, my grades suffered tremendously in high school. And I was very frustrated because I felt like I was always in a brain fog. I felt like things aren't supposed to be this way. But nobody really had a solution for it. So I struggled with that all through college, even through vet school. And when I became a chiropractic patient, I would go to the chiropractor and I would feel better, but at no time did I ever think I should go more frequently than what they prescribed, once a week or twice a week or whatever it was. Until probably about 4 or 5 years later, when I was practicing on my own. I was a mom. I had some employees, and I had no help at home. And so I think my stress levels were higher. And I decided I'm just going to go to the chiropractor every time I feel bad. And I ended up going every day, sometimes twice a day. So sometimes I would go to the chiropractor every day, sometimes I would go twice a day. And through all that, I didn't even realize this, but what I found was that things got easier. My brain cleared. It was easier to remember things. It was easier for me to start to recall information and to keep information in my head and to keep track of stuff. So studies have shown that people who get adjusted every day for 90 days will actually change how their body works. It will change their health. It will change their strength status, obviously, and changes your brain. We know that because even people who want to get new habits, there's always that 21-day, workout to change your life, it's the repeatable everyday pattern of changing the way you behave that changes your brain, that changes your life. And repeating it every day helps. And that's why that chiropractic adjustment every single day, for me, for a long time, helped me to change my brain. It also helped me to change my energy levels and my life status and all of those things. And so my message here is that these animals who have, we have changed their world. We've put them in a domestic situation, and we've asked them to behave like domestic animals, not like the wild animals they came from. And I know that was a long, long time ago, and these guys should be used to it by now, already. But there's a joke in there. I'm not going to say it. But the point is that if we want these animals to live happier, healthier lives in the domestic situations we put them in, and that even includes the more confinements that we thrust on them. So we went from raising cattle on ranches to raising cattle in feedlots. We went from raising chickens on pasture to raising chickens in giant buildings that, they don't even get to move around or see sunlight. And because of that, we have changed their nervous system without helping them change their habits. So when we adjust these animals, it helps them to better cope with the environment that they found themselves in. And as a result, it helps them to be the animals that we're asking them to be. So if you've got 90 days that you want to change something in your life, consider getting adjusted every day, or at least every day that you can. If you've got an animal who needs some serious help, we see hit by car dogs, we see hit by truck horses, we see animals that have had serious health issues. Sometimes getting adjusted every day for an extended period of time helps them to become healthier because their body is working really hard. It takes 400 times the amount of nutrition to heal than it does to just maintain normal body status. But when animals get a chiropractic adjustment, they become more efficient at using their nutrition. We know this because we know that chickens get to butcher weight 14 to 21 days faster than chickens that are not adjusted. They are more efficient, better at using their nutrition. And because of that, they're better at healing. So those animals that have other issues, if they're getting adjusted concurrently with treatment, will get better faster. If you're a veterinarian or a chiropractor who has yet to add animal chiropractic to your practice, you can't do it soon enough for those patients in your practice. Those patients need the chiropractic adjustment. Those patients will heal faster, will improve more quickly, and the owners will actually save money. Lots of money, actually. It's so funny when I think about it. Anyway, I hope this is helpful. It's my story, but it's been in studies since then, and we even see it in animals. So if it takes 400 times the nutrition to heal a body, then with a chiropractic adjustment, we can improve that. We can even make that less. If you're a veterinarian or chiropractor who has yet to add animal chiropractic and want to build a profitable animal chiropractic practice, some of this information is useful. It's going to help your patients. So the adjustment helps those animals heal faster. It helps them heal more appropriately. They have less scar tissue. I know that sounds funny, but they do. And let's face it, it takes less money because 400 times the nutrition. Can you imagine feeding your dog 400 times what he's eating right now and affording that? I know some people complain about the cost of dog food. We feed a raw dog food. It's expensive. 400 times that would be really expensive. My dogs are letting themselves out of the house. You just saw that. She opens the door every day because she gets adjusted way too often. If you're a veterinarian or chiropractor who would like to add animal chiropractic to your practice, find us today at animalchiropracticeducation.com, where we will help you build a profitable animal chiropractic practice. If you're an animal owner who has an animal that you would like to help get healthy faster, we say it all the time. It helps you become healthy, wealthy, and wise. Find us at All Creatures Every Spine. We will help you find an animal chiropractor for your animals to make them healthier. Especially if you're a food producer, you need to find a food animal certified chiropractor to help you with those animals so that they can do all the things you're asking them to do in domestic life. Like live through this heat. The heat's not new to them, but the confinement and the position we're putting them in is, and that makes it more difficult for them to survive. Find us today at animalchiropracticeducation.com, where we train veterinarians and chiropractors to be healthy, wealthy, and wise.